Let me ask you something, and try to answer this honestly. If you're using hormone therapy right now, are you actually feeling better? Not, I guess this is fine. I mean clear-headed. Feel rested when you wake up. Feel calm in your body. Feel like yourself again. Because many women are taking hormone pills, patches, or creams and still feel exhausted, foggy, anxious, wired, or emotionally flat. And no one ever explains why. Instead, they're told to be patient, that it takes time, that this is just aging, that if they're still having periods, their hormones must be fine. But here's what most women are never told. If hormone therapy isn't reaching your bloodstream in a way your body can actually use, it cannot make you feel better, no matter how right the prescription is. And for many women, the problem isn't the hormone itself, it's the way it's being delivered. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, this conversation is for you. And before we go any further, if you're looking for calm, clear guidance about hormones, without fear or dismissal, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Hormonal Balance Institute. You deserve explanations that actually make sense. Hormone therapy is often presented as a simple solution. Take this pill. Apply this patch. Use this cream. Give it time. But hormones don't work simply because they exist in the body. They work because they reach the right tissues, in the right form, at the right levels, consistently. When that doesn't happen, the result usually isn't dramatic failure. More often, it's quiet disappointment. You feel a little better, but not well. You function, but you don't feel steady. You keep going, but something feels off. Many women assume this means their body is resistant, sensitive, or broken in some subtle way. In reality, it's often a delivery issue. When hormones are taken orally, they must pass through the digestive system and then the liver before entering circulation. This process changes how much active hormone the body actually receives and how it behaves once it gets there. For some women, that means lower effectiveness and more side effects. Not because the hormone is wrong, but because the body never fully gets access to it. Transdermal patches and creams avoid the liver, which can be helpful. But absorption through the skin varies widely. Skin thickness, circulation, placement, daily movement, even clothing can influence how much hormone is absorbed. Some women respond well, others don't. And often, no one explains that variability. So women adapt. They add another product. They adjust doses. They stack supplements. They manage symptoms one by one instead of supporting the system as a whole. And still, many don't feel like themselves. This is where frustration quietly turns inward. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe this is just what midlife feels like. Maybe I should stop trying to fix it. But pushing through isn't healing. And expecting to feel present, clear, and at home in your body is not unrealistic. Hormones influence nearly every system in the body: energy, sleep, mood, cognition, metabolism, skin, muscle, bone, and nervous system regulation. When hormone levels decline or fluctuate, the body adapts in complex ways. For many women, these changes begin much earlier than they're told. Hormone production can start shifting in the 30s, long before periods stop. You can still menstruate regularly and have hormone levels that are insufficient for how your body needs to function. That's why so many women are told everything looks normal while feeling anything but. This disconnect is one of the most disorienting parts of perimenopause and menopause. You don't look unwell. Your labs aren't alarming, but your body no longer feels like home. I know this experience personally. After I had my son, something in my body didn't fully recalibrate. Years passed, and instead of feeling stronger or more settled, I felt increasingly depleted. I was in my 30s, but my energy, clarity, and resilience felt decades older. There was fatigue that sleep didn't resolve, brain fog that made simple decisions harder, a constant sense of internal tension. Changes in skin, hair, and mood that didn't feel like me. I did what many women do. I cleaned up my diet. I exercised harder. I took supplements. I tried different hormone therapies in different combinations over time. Some approaches helped briefly. Most didn't help in a meaningful or lasting way. What stayed with me wasn't just the physical symptoms, it was the feeling that I was fighting my own body instead of supporting it. That's when the question shifted. Instead of asking which hormone to add next, I started asking how the body actually absorbs and responds to hormones. That question led me to explore delivery routes that are rarely discussed clearly. One of those routes is vaginal hormone delivery. The vaginal mucosa is highly vascular, meaning it has a rich blood supply. This allows certain compounds to be absorbed directly into circulation without passing through the digestive system or liver first. Historically, vaginal hormones have been associated primarily with local symptoms like dryness or discomfort. But that association comes from very low-dose formulations, designed only for local relief. At therapeutic doses, vaginal delivery can behave very differently. For some women, it allows more consistent absorption and steadier hormone levels, not because the hormones are stronger, but because the body can actually access and use them. This doesn't mean vaginal hormone delivery is right for everyone. Bodies differ, needs differ, but it does mean this option deserves more attention than it typically receives. When hormones reach the body in a way that aligns with physiology, the effects often feel more integrated. Women describe sleeping more deeply, feeling calmer without feeling sedated, thinking more clearly, feeling emotionally steadier and physically more resilient. Not overnight, not dramatically, but gradually. What matters most is not chasing individual symptoms, but supporting the system as a whole. A vaginal hormone cream that combines estrogen and progesterone in balanced ratios can offer a more integrated approach for some women. Rather than juggling multiple products, the goal is consistency and coherence. When estrogen and progesterone stabilize, other systems often respond. For some women, testosterone levels normalize naturally without needing to add it separately. Energy improves, mood steadies, sleep deepens, the nervous system begins to settle. Blood work in women using this approach often reflects improved balance rather than extremes. But more importantly, women report feeling like themselves again. Not artificially stimulated, not numbed, just steady. They talk about relief more than excitement. Relief at sleeping through the night. Relief at having mental clarity again. Relief at no longer pushing through exhaustion just to get through the day. This isn't about rejecting conventional medicine or positioning one approach as universally superior. It's about recognizing that hormone therapy is not one size fits all, and that delivery matters far more than most women are ever told. Modern hormone support should be individualized, physiologically informed, and respectful of women's lived experience. It shouldn't require stacking 5 products to feel functional. And it shouldn't leave women doubting themselves when results don't appear. If you've tried hormone therapy and felt disappointed, pause before blaming yourself. There may be another conversation to have, another question to ask, another way to work with your body instead of against it. And if this conversation helped you feel understood, stay here with Hormonal Balance Institute. You're not broken. Your body is asking for a better conversation.